Hello, jubilations. I have Miss Astra here today to talk to you about last new moon of the year. It's a new moon in Sagittarius, and Miss Girl. Um, I'm sure, I mean, I'm feeling it very strongly, so I'm sure other people out there are also feeling a lot and maybe even perhaps struggling to deal with it. And that is when you tap into my YouTube channel and get some wisdom. So I did pull some cards that I want to talk about, but also I just kind of want to talk about things I've observed lately, like feelings I've been having in my own life, etc. And yeah, maybe just like open a discourse and see if anyone out there on the internet wants to talk about their feelings and healings. That's a good one, feelings and healings. Okay. So, first of all, I mean, it's like a week before Christmas, so that's pretty exciting. And Christmas means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, I guess. And for some people, it's like a really hard time of year. For other people, it's just like a time to give in to like vapid consumerism, and like it's again a million different things. But one thing that I think is kind of interesting on like the note of consumerism is that the holidays, yeah, it can be like a really big time of escapism for a lot of people, right? And so, an example of this. So, I was being a little bit of a negative Nancy yesterday. I was just a little bit crabby pants. Um, and my boyfriend and I, we were just watching YouTube, and he'll always show me like the strangest and most odd sides of YouTube that I don't even know exist. But one thing he showed me last night was this video of some guy testing out these like AI glasses or something. Maybe they're like Apple or Ray-Ban or something, who knows. But anyways, basically what these glasses do is like you download an app and then you can like project a portal through the glasses and then it's like you can like walk around in this like fake video game world, but like really like in real life if like anyone outside of your little bubble were to look at you, like you would just be like walking around in a field like talking to yourself. So anyways, like the technology is cool, whatever. Like I get it, it's very advanced, but it made me think of the movie, God bless you, little Miss Astra. It made me think of Ready Player One. Think that's a Spielberg movie. I don't know, but Calvin and I watched that a few months ago, and if you've never seen it, if you have seen it, whatever, it's basically just like um this teenage guy, and he lives in this world where like everyone's like real life is like so trashy that's like they basically live in like trailers of garbage like stacked on top of each other. And then but it's like they are okay with that because they're always wearing their little headsets and they're tapped into their little fake video game world. And that's just like how everyone is. And so when I'm watching videos like this of, people playing with their robo dogs or like their robot butlers or I don't know, doing these like all these like technology things, right? And it's just like they're like, wow, this is so cool. Like I can walk over here. And all I can think is like, imagine if humans felt that way about going for a walk in their neighborhood and smiling at the old lady down the street and helping someone out and volunteering and just like doing good in their community, because like that's really what I think 2026 is going to take a lot of people back to the basics. Calvin and I, we've talked about, it's like we're building a new frontier. Okay, so it's like humans like there's different timelines, right? And so there is one timeline where it's just like humans continue to be lazy and try to take the easy way out of everything, and the robots take over, and then it's just like we're living like Ready Player One. And there's another timeline where more people start to like become conscious and wake up and like take accountability for their power. And then we go back to the basics. We go back to frolicking in fields, and life feels like the sound of music, and people are connected, and they're not so isolated or afraid, right? So both these timelines exist, and you can choose your own reality, right? Like life is kind of like a choose your own adventure book. But yeah, so lots of different people are on lots of different timelines, and like if as this year is closing, you're kind of feeling like you're not aligned with certain people anymore, just like be it like people you watch, people that are like in your community, like even like your job, whatever. It could be because that thing is on a different timeline from you, right? So it's just kind of like the power of observing where you're at and where you're going and making sure the steps you're taking every day are in alignment with the place you want to end up in your life, right? So it's just like I'm kind of having a lot of moments like that lately where it's just like I'm feeling a bit dissatisfied with just like, it's just like I feel like the things have gotten too easy. Like I need a challenge. And so I'm like thinking about going back to school and like pursuing librarianism, which is something I've always said I wanted to do. So yeah, and it's just like maybe find whatever that is for you. Like maybe you don't need to go back to school, but it's just like you need to um challenge yourself in some sort of way. Like a piece of wisdom that completely changed my life is that an overactive mind is the result of an unchallenged body. So like last night, for example, like I was saying, like I was just like really negative Nancy or whatever yesterday, and I was just like in a schmood. Like anything that came up, like I was just like bleh about it and being a little bit sassier than I should have been. And I take full accountability for that. But then it was just like at night, like I couldn't sleep and I was just like laying there and my mind was just going over different scenarios or like things that had pissed me off or whatever. And like my brain has definitely been in that place before and I did a lot of work to overcome it. But then like whenever I feel myself slipping back into that place, I'm just like, okay, do not project, do not waste your energy getting angry at things outside of you. But like, where is your power in this situation, right? And so I did kind of like I'm the kind of person, if I'm feeling a lot, I'm gonna have to cry about it. Right. So I did that. I had me a good cry. I listened to the Bible. And then I went to sleep for a few hours. And then I was back to snuggling with my boyfriend and everything was okay again. Right. And then this morning, instead of having another day where I like lean into like anger or whatever, I took myself on a walk to go get a little matcha latte this morning. Cheers. Um, and I like replied to some messages that I've been neglecting from people I really care about. And like it felt so good just to have that like human connection back again and to know that I'm not alone and to know that anything is possible because I choose to see the world that way. And I think this is a good segue into my first batch of cards here. So I used the After Tarot and the Light Seers Tarot and some sort of like healing energy oracle thing. So the After Tarot, my hope was kind of just like, I don't know, like tell me like what is it we're walking away from? Or I guess this whole batch of cards here will kind of show like what we're walking away from and what we're walking into. So the first thing here was like this Ten of Wands, which is just like this dude, you can tell he's kind of given up on life. He has like a victim mindset. And there's also like the Page of Wands, which like a page is typically like a childlike energy, right? So maybe this is someone who's like lost some of their confidence and it's like you can see they're walking away from another person back there. So it's like maybe you're walking away from people and things that like make you feel small or that are keeping you small and keeping you in that like childlike energy, right? So this is kind of probably what you're saying goodbye to, or maybe what you want to say goodbye to and you don't know where to start. And so the next cards that came out, these are again from the Light Seer Tarot. So this is the Hermit, right? And so, like how I was talking about like escapism, like a lot of people, when these feelings come up, like maybe you're feeling inadequate, you're feeling overburdened. The default for a lot of humans is escapism, right? But instead of escapism, it's like we just need to learn to sit with it, right? And like be able to like contain can like let your feelings out. When I say contain, I don't mean like don't feel them, but I just mean like maybe don't make it another person's problem. Like if you're having a meltdown, like don't go on the internet and like cry about it. Instead, just like sit with yourself and like understand why you're feeling the way you're feeling. And yeah, there's like a lot of power in that. So yeah, just kind of like maybe you'll be going on what you call a dark night of the soul. I started going on one of those probably like well, I've been on a few in my life, but yeah, like 3 years ago. And that's when I really started waking up. And I haven't stopped since then. And now I just know more and more and more all the time. It's a lot. Okay. And then justice. So notice like the first two cards I pulled, those were like minor arcana. So those are the energies you're keeping yourself stuck in. And these are major arcana. So this is like the universe. Like this energy is coming, whether you can accept it or not, right? Like if you were running into escapism, you're probably just going to find find yourself chasing your tail in circles a lot and feeling really stuck and just like maybe even feeling like you're living in like deja vu or whatever because the universe is trying to break us free of these patterns very, very badly so that we don't end up on the timeline where the robo dogs are running shit. Okay? So justice, right? This is like the universe, like things are different in a new earth. We've done war, we've done hatred, we've done negativity for eons and eons and eons. And so now it's time for the feminine energy to rise up, okay? And we're going to start doing things the feminine way. And that's not to say women are superior to men, because that is not the truth, but that is to say every human has masculine energy and feminine energy, right? So we're going to start healing those energies within ourselves. And then we will all be able to be masculine and feminine at the same time because the forces running things on the universe lately, they've just been a bit too masculine, right? So we're just healing those distortions and balancing things out. And there's a lot of blue and green here, right? So that's like your heart chakra and your throat chakra. So lots of feelings. Again, new moons are about, I don't even know if I said this, but they're about like new beginnings, right? So it's just kind of like allowing yourself the space to feel, pardon me, and the space to communicate your feelings. And then I loved it. As soon as I pulled this deck out, the card at the bottom, choice. And you see, it's this bright pink. This is like divine feminine energy. Okay, so this says, I choose serenity, light, and positive energy. No matter what I go through, I choose happiness. I rise above fear and direct my thoughts to God. Duh. Okay, so this is literally why I started the War on Fear back in April, right? Because it's just like I did learn to do this by myself, to sit with my own feelings, and I realized how afraid I was making myself of things that weren't even real, right? And then so it was just like I did learn to, again, like feel those things, understand those things, process those things within myself. And then, even if I was feeling them, I learned to still choose happiness, to still choose peace, to choose understanding, to choose forgiveness, just like Jesus taught us. Okay. All right. Let me catch my breath. And then I have another batch of cards for us. So, the Seven of Pentacles, I think that came out in the last video I did. That's like a big card right now. And like 2026 is a 1 year. So, I think it is just going to be like if you've been doing the work, you're going to start reaping the rewards for the work you've been doing. Even if you haven't been doing the work, you'll start reaping whatever it is you've been sowing, right? And like that might hurt a little bit, and that's going to help wake you up. So, Seven of Pentacles was the first card that came out here. So this guy is, his plants have grown. And then we also, well, with that, actually, sorry, I'm going to read these ones a bit differently. So underneath that came out the Chariot, right? So it's like it is going to be a little bit more of like an expedited energy this year. Like you might notice things are going to be like unfolding in your life very, very, very quickly. And that might make you feel out of control or overburdened. But as long as you choose peace and happiness and positivity, and set your boundaries and just say, okay, this is what I have to give today. This is where I'm going to give it, right? Like make wise decisions with your energy and like stay conscious, don't lean into escapism. Then all you can do really is like achieve greatness. And that's what we're here to do as humans. Like, don't sleep on yourself. Don't let your fear of what other people think of you keep you from being the best version of yourself. Like, don't be afraid to step on a few toes or like shine really bright. Okay, and then so the next two cards that came out was we got the Seven of Pentacles again from this deck and also the Lovers. So like you see this is a person like on their own, like sowing their own seeds, like waiting for their own harvest to come in. And the more you work kind of on yourself, and again, this is like literally what happened for me. The more you commit to yourself and your own personal mission and just like your connection to God, the universe, source, whatever you want to call it, then you will find a like-minded lover who is also on the same journey as you and who can help you evolve into the person you are here to be, right? Because that's what it's all about, honestly, really, truly. Okay. And then also the devil came out, but be not afraid of the devil. I actually really liked that this came out because it was like, this new earth that we're moving into, like bad things are still going to happen there. But like light and dark are always going to exist on the planet. Just because life is maybe, hopefully going to feel like the sound of music, if enough of us will wake up and rise in consciousness, doesn't mean that at a certain point on the globe somewhere that like bad things aren't going to happen. People aren't going to feel pain, right? But it's just like, humans will be more equipped to deal with it. So the Seven of Swords came out with this, and I'm gonna Google what the Seven of Swords says. Also, sorry, I'm so congested. I probably sound stuffy. Okay. Seven of Swords. So this represents deception, trickery, and sneakiness, right? So the devil is going to try to trick you. And like if you see like you're having a really good day, and then you log on to social media and you see like one bad thing, like don't allow that to throw you off entirely, right? Like don't allow that to make you think that the world is not a beautiful place. Because even right now, where things are just like crazy and a lot of people are suffering, you still have to choose to see every single day. The world is beautiful and I am happy to be here. And I am grateful to have been given this life and this body and like the responsibility of being me. Because it is a responsibility and you need to take that seriously. And then you got success. This is gold, orange, though that's the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra. So that's all about like confidence, like feeling good, loving life. Okay. So this says, I grow and thrive in the universe. I discover the purity of my heart and the higher wisdom that guides me toward victory. I direct my thoughts toward clarity and nurture wisdom, love, and goodness within me. I am free now and I succeed in my life. Free your mind and your ass will follow. That's the advice I tell everyone. Like a few years ago, I like lost quite a bit of weight. Um, and a bunch of my uncles were asking me, like, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? And all I could say to them was, free your mind and your ass will follow. And I don't think they understood that, but like, that's some profound wisdom. Because if you're just trying to do it from like a physical thing, then it's just like you're not in an alignment, but you need to have the mind, body, and spirit all aligned. And then like God helps those who help themselves, right? So like don't try and take the easy way out of anything. Just like commit to doing the work, even if it means you are separated from like other people for a while and you're just like kind of on your own path. Like it's okay to go your own way. I made a whole other YouTube video about that. Um, okay, and then so as you learn to see illusions for what they are, your heart will open, right? I think we got the Ace of Cups in the last reading too. We got Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands there. So yeah, it's just like you, like my heart has been feeling like this lately. Like I do feel like I'm being broken open, but that's just like a part of life for me. It happens every few months. Pardon me. So yeah, you are going to start to feel these feelings, right? And then so as your heart opens, Eight of Wands, this is like rapid movement forward. So we have Eight of Wands and the Chariot. That's crazy, you guys. That is so quick. And so yeah, like allow life to move you forward. Allow yourself to be like on your own path and like allow your life to not make sense to anyone else except for you, right? And then just like accept like the people who understand you will stick around, and if people don't understand you, then they're probably just not in alignment with your vibration, and maybe they'll catch up to you later, or maybe you'll meet better people along the way. And that's just how life goes. Okay, and then so there's the Knight of Swords. So this is like truth, right? And so this came out with the Knight of Wands, which is passion. I'm a Aquarius Sun, Scorpio Moon, so I'm all about passion and truth. And so like it's like the more you see the truth, again, the more passion you are. There's a lot of wands here, right? And so that is just again like rapid movement forward. And even like me, like I was like, I mean, my life has changed rapidly over the last few months. And so there are times where it's just like I kind of like my mission changed, right? Like my mission was one thing, and now my mission is another thing. And so I've just kind of been like allowing myself space to figure out like, okay, how much of myself do I have to give while I'm on this different mission? And yeah, so it's just like there were a few months there where it was just like my mission was basically just like making sure like I got through every day and I was okay and like I was getting what I needed. But now I'm starting to feel a bit more like myself again, right? Like I'm able to go on walks. I'm able to like do nice things for myself, like self-care Sunday, and just like, yeah, like stay um on a mission of like, yeah, being more dedicated for myself and like being like a light in the world. Um, and so that is because like I'm acknowledging the truth for what it is, right? Like I'm responding to what is. I'm not pretending to be something I'm not. I'm not chasing my tail in circles. I'm just like acknowledging every situation in my life for what it is and then yeah, responding accordingly. And so once you get that truth and that passion working in tandem together, then boom, a new opening. Okay? And this is like the feminine way of doing things, like that making time to just be, because masculine energy is doing, right? Feminine is being. So it's like giving and receiving in tandem. You're learning how to um, give to yourself and receive love from yourself. And the more you do that, the more you can give love to others and receive love from others, right? Because a lot of people in the world right now, it's like they're trying so desperately to give and give and give and give, but they don't know how to receive. And that's why we have a lot of like broken families and like not fulfilling relationships. So again, it is all about being masculine and feminine at the same time. So this says, when one door closes, I am confident another will open, and it will be for my betterment. I accept that life brings challenges and acknowledge the opportunity and learning they present to me. Serenity comes from within. Pray the serenity prayer. It's a real good one. I was sending a voice note to my friend this morning, and I was talking to her just about, like the ups and downs of life and how it's like the older you get, well, this has been my experience anyways, like the older I get, the easier it is to face curveballs when they come because I know that no feeling is ever final. Nothing will last forever. And it's like, sure, yeah, like maybe when you're really happy, it can be scary to think about, like, I won't always be this happy. But on the flip side of that, when you're really sad, you can find comfort in knowing, like, I won't always be this sad. I will be happy again. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. I just have to look for it. And it might not be obvious, you know what I mean? But you can find it. And like maybe you'll need to lean on other people and get their perspective and say, like, hey, I'm having a really hard time finding the light right now. Like, can you help me? But if you are willing and open to listen to other people's perspectives, then yeah, the light will always find you. And actually, I have a few more cards I'm going to read. At the bottom of this healing energy deck, literally there was like these, oh, so many cards about light. So this one, um, it says manifestation of light. I see the beauty in me. I grow and develop my inner self in harmony with light and beauty. I free myself from negativity. My heart transforms, my intellect shines, and my inner light grows and glows, right? Always growing, always glowing. Um, and then shining light. So it's like you have to believe you are the light and then you will be able to shine, right? But if you don't believe that, if you don't think you're capable of holding that light within you, it's going to be hard for you to receive that energy and then be able to put it out, right? So shining light. My desire to improve myself transforms fear into strength. I raise my thoughts above doubt and find faith in the goodness of the universe. I love and accept myself as a soul, and I discover the light that dwells in me. Yeah, that's what it's all about, Because I have a video on this channel you can go back and watch. It's probably from a few months ago. And I'm quoting Kendrick Lamar. I say it was always me versus the world until I found it's me versus me. And that's the battle that we're all facing every single day. It's you versus you. It's not you versus anyone else. All you have to do is show up and be the best version of you. And that's what the world needs. We need original thinkers thinking original thoughts for the age of Aquarius. Happy new moon in Sagittarius. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, just like all good wishes to everyone. And I hope this reaches someone who needs it. And I'm gonna try to do these videos as consistently as possible because I care a lot about the world and I care a lot about helping people. But part of my healing journey has been learning to only care about helping people who want to help themselves. So if you aren't ready to help yourself, then you're not going to be able to receive what I have to give. But if you are feeling ready to make a change in your life, then just know that it starts with you. And every day when you wake up is an opportunity to do things differently and be a better you, right? Nothing changes if nothing changes. So lots of love. Thanks for watching.